Emily knows best. The island of Sodor has many beautiful sights. There are green fields and hills, and many beautiful castles. The engines of Sodor love to visit them all. One day, Emily was dropping visitors at the ruined castle. Once upon a time, a queen had lived there. I'd like to be a queen, thought Emily. Queens are in charge and tell everybody what to do. Down the hill from the castle, Toby and Percy arrived. They were to shunt freight cars. Percy had never worked there before. Ooh, look at the castle, peeped Percy excitedly. I wonder who used to live there. A king and queen, said Toby. They ruled the island and told everyone what to do. And he chuffed towards the freight cars. Percy stared at the castle. He was dreaming of kings and queens. Percy, called Toby, come along. We've got a lot to do today. Waiting for passengers is boring, huffed Emily. Then she remembered that Toby and Percy were working near the castle. It would be much more fun to visit them, she said. Toby and Percy were waiting to be coupled up when Emily chuffed in. She was very excited about the castle. Percy, she whistled, I've had an idea. Let's play a game. Percy looked pleased. I'll be queen, and I'll tell you what to do today, she said. It'll be fun. Percy liked the idea of having fun. But Toby thought Emily's idea was silly. You have to be clever to be a queen, he said wisely, and know the right thing to do. I always know what to do, huffed Emily. Toby laughed. That made Emily cross. I'll show Toby that Queen Emily knows best, she wished. Toby was now coupled up to his freight cars. Percy thought his looked like troublesome trucks. Don't worry, said Toby. I'll be back soon. If you can't manage the troublesome trucks, wait for me and I'll tell you what to do. And Toby steamed slowly away. The troublesome truck started to moan and groan. No, you don't. They clattered and chattered. Percy knew they were going to be trouble. Emily had been watching Percy. If I want to be a queen, I must tell Percy what to do, she thought, because I know best. Percy was shunting the troublesome trucks as hard as he could, but they wouldn't move. They were being very difficult. Emily chuffed to a halt. Percy, she whistled loudly, I am the queen today. I will tell you what to do. Percy was worried. Toby usually knew best. Take these troublesome trucks along my tracks, said Emily. It's faster, and they won't complain. Toby will be pleased when he sees how quick you are. Percy wanted Toby to be pleased. I'll do as you say, Queen Emily, he tooted. Emily was pleased with herself. She watched as Percy blew a big whoosh of steam. Percy puffed, and he chuffed, and the troublesome truck sped off. Emily let out a whoosh of steam. She did know best. But suddenly, there was a terrible noise. As the dust cleared, Emily saw what had happened. The troublesome trucks had run into Mavis, who was waiting on the track. Luckily, no one was hurt, but her load of stone had spilled all over the lines, and one of the freight cars had come off the rails, knocking over a telephone pole. Percy, cried Mavis, you're not supposed to be on this track. Emily was shocked. Then there was another loud crash. It was Toby. His wheels had struck the telephone pole and he was derailed. Emily knew this was all her fault, but she didn't know what to do. The telephone line was down, so no one could call for help. Mavis couldn't move. She was stuck amongst the freight cars. And Percy couldn't move either. I'm sorry, Toby, cried Emily. I can't be a queen. I don't know what to do. I don't know best. Toby wished out a great cloud of steam. I know what to do, he cried. Emily, you must go and get help. Emily knew Toby was right. She steamed off as fast as she could. Emily whooshed to a halt at Maithwaite Station. She told the station manager what had happened. Quickly, he phoned for help. Soon, Toby had been lifted back up onto the rails. He wasn't hurt, but his cowcatchers would need to be repaired. Emily chuffed into the shunting yard. Sir Topham Hatt was very cross.
Emily, he boomed, you have caused confusion and delay. Luckily, Toby knew what to do, he added sternly.
I'm sorry, Emily said. Knowing the right thing to do isn't as easy as I thought, she chuffed. In future, I'll leave that job to a king, or a queen, or to Toby. It was a beautiful fall day on the island of Sodor. All the engines were working very hard. Sir Topham Hatt came to Tidmouth Sheds. He had exciting news.
Gordon is to take the new mayor of Sodor on a special tour of the island, he announced.
Gordon was thrilled, but then he had a thought.
Who will take the express, sir?
He asked. The other engines were excited. Pulling the express was an important job. Everyone wanted to be chosen, but Sir Topham Hatt chose Emily. When Sir Topham Hatt left, Emily was very happy, but Gordon wasn't impressed.
The express is the longest passenger train on the island, he sniffed. I always cross the island twice by tea time. You'll never do that.
I've got big wheels, and I'll do my best, said Emily.
Big wheels don't make a big engine, boasted Gordon. Everyone knows I'm the best.
Thomas thought Gordon was showing off. Twice before tea time, he puffed. That will be hard. But Emily wasn't listening to Thomas. I'm going to be as good as Gordon, she said eagerly, and she steamed away as fast as she could. Emily puffed into Knapford Station. She was looking forward to taking the express, but it was very, very heavy. Bust my buffers, she gasped as she slowly pulled out of the station. But she pulled away too soon and left the brake coach behind. Emily puffed with all her might. She was determined to be fast. Emily had crossed the island once in good time. I am as good as Gordon, she puffed proudly. Emily had to wait for Edward at the crossing. Edward went as fast as he could, but it wasn't fast enough for Emily. Hurry up, slow coach, she cried, or you will make me late. Edward felt sad, but Emily just steamed on. Emily stopped in Maithwaite Station. The express was a guaranteed connection with Bertie the bus, but Bertie hadn't arrived. He had a flat tire and was running late. Emily tried to wait. She counted to 10, twice, but she felt as if her boiler would burst. "I'm going to be the slowest engine on Sodor," she cried, "and it's not my fault." And she puffed away. When Bertie arrived, Emily had already left. Emily needed to take on water, but James was at the water tower. He was pulling the slow goods train. Emily wanted to go first. "It doesn't matter if you are late," she said. "You must wait your turn," said James crossly. "Express trains don't wait," said Emily, and she left without taking on water. Emily went faster than ever. Her coaches rocked and rolled, and her passengers were biffed and bumped and bounced. Finally, Emily could see Brendam Docks up ahead. "Twice before tea time," she puffed happily. "I am as good as Gordon." Then there was trouble. Emily slowed down. "What's happening to me?" she cried. She went slower and slower. Emily had run out of water. She huffed and puffed, but she had no steam left. Finally, Emily came to a complete stop. Sir Topham Hatt arrived on board James. He was very cross.
You should have waited, said Sir Topham Hatt sternly. And now you have caused confusion and delay. You left the brake coach, stranded Bertie's passengers, and bumped your coaches. You must learn to be more patient.
Emily knew Sir Topham Hatt was right. She felt very bad. She was only trying to be as good as Gordon. "I'm sorry, sir," she said sadly. James pulled Emily into the docks. Then he went back to collect the express.
Now I need an engine to take the slow goods train, said Sir Topham Hatt.
Emily had an idea. "May I take it, sir?" she said. "If I promise to go slowly?" Sir Topham Hatt thought it was a grand idea.
The slow goods train needs lots of patience,
he said. Emily was pleased. She was determined to do a good job. So after she took on water and lots of coal, Emily buffered up to the slow goods train. She stopped at all the right stations. And she let all the other engines go first. She stopped at a signal. Thomas was waiting there. "Hey, Thomas." "I am learning patience," Emily puffed. "But if only I could learn it faster." Thomas had to laugh.